$1,000 plus of indicators that I am looking to find confluence and looking to use, and I'm making this video to reach out to anyone out there that's interested in using some of this software. It's interested in checking out some of these indicators. Ultimately, what I'm trying to create is a small group of people where we can offer confluence, not just with the indicators, but just checking each other's trades. Set up a group where I can provide whatever like if there's Telegram groups and things like that. I don't mind joining all of this stuff, but I mean, like, let's just filter through the best of the best stuff. And if we can like layer on, let's say, a Telegram group that gives us different trading setups, or if we find our own trade setups and we go in here and we use some of these indicators that I've built, and we, have a group that has a consensus of maybe like running trading ideas by each other, and we're able to collectively make money together. And my thought on this is, it's like a financial think tank. I like to call it degenerate think tank, actually. But if you subscribe to the philosophy that two minds are better than one, which is where I'm coming from, which is why I think that if we create this hive mind group together, and we're able to all have eyes on the charts, and look at this and run trading ideas by each other. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please reach out. Please reach out to me in the comments. I'll get with you. Um, I've got access to all this stuff. I can grant access to all this stuff, and we can get access to more stuff. If you've got other indicators that you think are, would be helpful for something like this, please reach out. So let me just take you on a quick um, view tour of, what we're working with. So I've got the trading view pulled up here. Larsson Line. It's a very long-term trending indicator. I like it. It's more for like the hodl positions. So it just, it doesn't call the tops or the bottoms, but it tells you, hey, get in once the trend flips. And again, it's not going to call the top, but then you're going to, get out to avoid, any of these serious crashes. You're going to get in, you're going to ride it up, and then you're going to get out and not have to ride it all the way down. So I like that one. T1, that is from the Decentrader group. There's a T1, Moonraker, and Predator. Oh yeah, it's already on. So, buy and sell indicators. They also have this Moonraker, which is, it's also buying and selling, but it's like with the line. There's a lot of these that I'm not definitely not an expert in all of these. I kind of jumped the gun and bought everything first, and I'm trying to piece it together now. But essentially, I'd like to, maybe it only takes two indicators layered together to find confluence where we can, be profitable the majority of the time. Maybe it takes, maybe there's six of them and we have a checklist, and if it marks 5 out of 6 boxes, then we're good to go, kind of thing. So I don't know the exact system or anything like that, but I know that there's something to this, and we're going to find it. So Trading Alpha is another service I subscribe to. This one's pretty interesting. It does a pretty good job of calling these top patterns. It doesn't nail all of them, like the reversal pattern here. You see it went up a little bit and it went down. Same with like some of these other reversals aren't super strong, but these topping reversal patterns usually, not usually, but they play out a lot. So it's kind of interesting to, I've got that on a weekly, but it's kind of interesting to, go look and try and find some confluence. So like, maybe if we see like, oh, there's some resistance, and we have this on here, and we can say that, yeah, there's a topping pattern there. I think there's an alpha trend as a resistance. Yeah. So like, you can see like that went and literally just tap that resistance line. So, and we would know that that line exists already. So we could say, okay, well, if we get a topping pattern here, then more than likely it's going down, or, vice versa. If it bounces off of a trend line off of a support line, then more than likely it's going to bounce up. So, okay, we got a reversal here, and, we would just be able to scrape 23% off in a matter of, 6 days or a week or something like that. Okay, well, we got a line right here. It's going to go down. And that's just with one company. So that's Trading Alpha. I like them. A lot of people are familiar with Lux Algo, pretty sophisticated software. There's even more than that in there. There's I don't have everything on, I can't fit everything onto that. So Lux Algo, back testing, Lux Algo, oscillators, these are all invite only, paid for subscription model, or paid for all upfront kind of thing. So like one lump sum. Market Cipher is another good one. Pretty interesting on here. Um, Yeah, they even have things that like show. What is it? Yeah, so like I've tried to find some confluence between this and the alpha trend. When it's red, um, you can short it. When it's green, you can long it. Um, DVSI seems interesting, but I don't know that. I don't know. It's I need like a DVSI expert to help me with all those numbers. Everything from Crypto Crew University I have. So he's pretty, I like his training style, and I like his indicators. Alpha Numerics, a really cool guy I know that it's also similar to the Larsson Line. It's a long term, but it also tells you when to take some profits out. So you'd be taking profits out on the way up. Um, yeah, Predator, and then also I have a bunch of services like Trend. I mean, this thing's so badass. Um, we can say, hey, find me any ascending triangles, and then you can just go over here, and it's going to pick out all the ascending or descending or whatever triangles on the 4 hour, and just put them in a list. Okay, so um, once all of these, let me load these, let me load these up real quick. There we go. So it's going to say, okay, well, here's a double bottom. Okay. Um, this thing just shows indicators too. So if it's not pulling up the actual descending on it, let's try a different one on this. But okay, here. So let's get rid of this double bottom, and let's get rid of some of this noise. But you can see like there's a lot of like triangles on this. So it's spitting out a bunch of them, right? So it's spitting out. Here we go. We got this symmetrical, okay? And one thing that I was interested in doing is like we can turn on the indicators too, because that's just like finding the actual chart patterns. But then if we turn this on and we use something like, I think this is like Trend Warriors pivot indicator. So like, okay, so something like where we see this is gonna this indicates that it's bearish, like these red lines, and if certain areas that actually gives you like buy and sell signals. So like this green would have been a buy signal, and then this red would have been a sell signal. It seems to be decently accurate, but even when it doesn't get to that point, when it's nearing this endpoint, like it is, like I mean, it's right on the edge there. If there's any confluence where like, hey, this is going in a bearish, this is going bearish or this is going bullish. I think BNB might be going bullish right now. Let's double check. This thing takes a little bit to load up, um, but any confluence, maybe we find it in this trend spider. We can set alerts. We can just scan this thing every day. We can like, use this to our advantage. Like here, this has 4 bars showing that this is bullish. So maybe that's a good point to long. It's like right there. It's got to break out soon. Maybe we take that and then we run it through some of these other indicators that we find confluence on, and figure out how to use all this stuff. So yeah, well, ultimately, my goal is to find a group and work with some other people that are serious about trading. And I'm not an expert by any means. I've done all right for myself, but I'm still subscribed to that mentality that I think that working collectively with people, and the more people that I can make money with, the better that I will do at making money myself. So if that fits your narrative, if that sounds interesting, then please definitely leave me a comment, and and subscribe too. This channel is going to be more geared towards trading eventually. So yeah, thanks for listening. We'll chat soon.